Now, obviously, there's a lot of things wrong with the way school works. The early start times, the school subjects, the people, the teachers. But I thought I'll just make one video about most of the things that make school terrible and rant about it. Starting with the start times. For some reason, teachers expect you to be up and running the second the class starts. Like, no, Miss Eyebags, I won't be functioning at my fullest efficiency because I pulled an all-nighter studying for your fucking class. Also, I don't know about you guys, but back in middle school, school for me started at 7:50, and now that I'm in high school, it starts at 7:30. Why? What good does sacrificing 20 minutes of extra sleep do? Like, make it make sense. Oh, you're older now, you need to take studying seriously. No, the fuck I don't. You can't expect me to be like, oh boy, I can't wait for school to start when I'm running on 5 hours of sleep. And I'm sure you're like, just go to bed earlier. Is 10 p.m. not a reasonable time to go to sleep? Like, sorry, my ass ain't going to bed sooner than 9:30, I'm just saying. And I'd say I still have it better off than most because I wake up 6:30 to 6:45 a.m. and my high school is literally a 15-minute walk away from home. Some of my classmates say they need to wake up at 5 in order to get to school because they need to catch a train or a bus. Like, that's crazy. How the fuck do you function like that? I wouldn't be able to handle that shit, man. Living off coffee and water and shit. Do you even have time for breakfast or do you just rush to not miss the train? Honestly, school should start at 8 o'clock minimum. I'm not asking for anything crazy, but I feel like if you actually give a fuck about your students' well-being, cutting their sleep short is probably not a good idea. Next up, school subjects. There's a lot to talk about here, but I'll just talk about the main ones so that this video isn't 2 hours long. Let's start off with everyone's favorite, math. Ain't nobody like math. If you like math, you probably have a mental disability. What do you hate so much about math? It's so easy. Brother, I would rather watch the entirety of One Piece than solve another fucking math equation. Like, I'm sorry that you're gifted and you know how to do calculus, I just think that's bullshit. If there's any adults watching this, tell me when was the last time you had to use an interval? Or rather, better question, do you even know what the fuck that is? Math is single-handedly the most confusing, overly complicated, and forgettable subject in school. I would argue that you only need elementary and middle school math. High school and beyond is useless garbage that you're never gonna need unless you work in an IT department or something. Otherwise, you're not gonna need fucking trigonometry. Like, get this bullshit off my table. Now, I don't want to seem petty or cocky, but I do think I'm at a more advanced level when it comes to speaking English, especially since I'm from Slovakia and it's my secondary language. But Slovak and English have two similarities. They're both fucking stupid. 30% of the time we're learning about Sam and Lucy and how they went on vacation, and whoa, Sam forgot his umbrella and it was a terrible vacation. What the fuck am I learning here? That Sam's a dumbass? Because it seems that's what you want me to take away from this. Fucking idiot forgot his umbrella. Like, I don't give a fuck. Another 15% are tests, and do I really need to say anything here? Make 3 columns, past, present, and future. Like, okay, I'll put your life in past, pulling out my Glock in the present, and sacrificed in future. You need to learn grammar. Bitch, you need to learn to shut the fuck up. And the last 55% is homework. Who would have thought? English homework is by far the most annoying thing right next to math. It's always some stupid shit like write down 10 amphibians, write down 10 types of fish. Motherfucker, the only 10 I'll write down is with my money. Okay guys, come on. We should be booing school instead. Because why are the chairs so uncomfortable in school? It's these wooden and metal chairs, and I swear when I stand up after the class ends, I feel both my ass cheeks falling off. Honestly, we should make a petition for school to give students comfortable chairs, or is it just me? Because I feel like at least learning would be more bearable if the chairs were comfy, man. I need me a gaming chair in that bitch for real, like I'm just saying. Also, the way school works hasn't changed in the last century. Like, can you modernize it a little bit? We've achieved exponential growth in technology and science, yet I still have to sit my ass down on a dingy wooden desk while the teacher writes some shit on chalkboard. Like, at this point, just send my ass home, I'm doing YouTube full time. I'll be completely honest with you guys, if another lockdown happens, I'm making videos during Zoom classes, like I don't give a shit. But the thing is, nothing's gonna get changed. The way teachers teach, the way students learn, this is just what we decided school should be like, and it's gonna stay like that for a long ass time. But anyway, back to school subjects. Honestly, I can be glad that I don't have science at my school because the shit we had to do in middle school science class was dumb. For example, the teacher would give an assignment to half of the class, and half the class had to do an experiment at 7 o'clock on Monday, and the other half had to do the same experiment on Wednesday afternoon. Which, by the way, Wednesday was the longest day of the week. We ended at 1:45 p.m., meaning you would go home pretty much at 3 p.m., which is like working a 9 to 5 at this point. And the experiments were straight dog shit. Like one time we had to make 6 test tubes, all have different colors. Why? What am I learning? How not to be colorblind? I understand it's important to learn about past events that shaped our countries to be where they are now, and that's cool and all. But me personally, history is boring as fuck. I just think it's because of the teacher making it uninteresting, because back in middle school, I actually thought history wasn't that bad. Until I got to high school. That's mainly because of the teacher change. My middle school history teacher was really nice, and the tests were actually pretty easy. Sometimes we would watch a history video or movie instead. And now that I'm in high school, well, it's not the worst, but we do have to do presentations about something each half semester, whether that be a person or event. And most people really don't want to do that, so they delay it until the semester is almost over, and then they present. One of my classmates got 2 Fs because she didn't go at all. I found it much easier to go in the first 2 months because you'll get your grade and then you don't have to worry about no goddamn presentation. And usually, even if you don't study too well, you'll be able to land a C by improvising, so it's not all bad. History for me doesn't get much flame, other than the fact that it's boring now and I have to do dumbass presentations. But now let's switch topics and talk about the people in school. Because why the fuck does everybody act the way they do? You have the guys on one hand talking some bullshit like Livi Dangiado Hayo Riz, homie leave Earth. I'll actually physically break both your arms. I swear the dudes be talking like they just learned alien dialect. Phantom Text Kai Senet. Those are 2 streamers. What the fuck do they have to do with our conversation, you fucking dumbass? Okay, so your day's going super sigma? Like, what the fuck? You can't even conversate with these dipshits anymore, man. Fucking Detroit, but they don't become human. It's so fucked up. And let's not only flame the guys, the girls got their own problems. I don't know about you guys, but they deadass scream full volume out of nowhere. Like you'll be going to your next class and all of a sudden, is this bitch possessed? Like, I'm not an exorcist, but this chick has some demons. And the teachers are usually like, the guys are much more loud in class. Bitch, the girls are like 10 times worse. They're loud as shit, man. Talking about some pointless shit like Love Island or, God forbid, Slovakia has its own version called Ruža pre nevestu, which translates to A Rose for the Bride. For example, one of my girl classmates cannot shut the fuck up about A Rose for the Bride. And what's worse, she asked me questions about that shit. Do you know what happened in Rose for the Bride? Do you watch A Rose for the Bride? You won't believe what happened in Rose for the Bride. Shut up! You can literally take that rose and shove it up your ass. And I can guarantee there's no bride. All the girls in the show are definitely in it for either money or to appeal to the audience, like, hey, I'm actually a nice girl, so that they don't get voted out. And like, I understand you just want to talk about your favorite show with the girls, but don't come up to me with that shit. I already get enough bullshit from the guys. And last but not least, the motherfucking teachers. I noticed over the years that teachers get gradually more and more pessimistic, condescending, and fucking miserable. They expect us to do so much shit and then still get mad when you miss one of their assignments. I'm sorry, but I have 15 other classes to worry about. Give me some room to breathe. They for real think their class is the only one that you need to study for. No, Miss Catnip, I have 2 tests to study for tomorrow. I don't have time for your bullshit assignments. Speaking of which, why don't teachers say when the test is gonna be? Deadass, I'll learn a day before a test that we have a test, and now what? I'm fucking cooked. Let's go gambling! And usually if you ask someone when the test is gonna be, they're like, we're writing a test on Tuesday. Turns out the test is this Friday. Thanks, Amanda. Fuck you. Sorry, I sound like a complete asshole, but come on, man. The teacher should set clear deadlines for their tests so that I can have enough time to prepare. And God forbid you're one of those teachers that gives surprise tests and quizzes, like fuck off. Miss Jackson, I don't know if you noticed, but no one is in the mood for a fucking pop quiz. You should study for every class. I apologize in advance, but I'm not taking advice from a 64-year-old woman that's been divorced twice and lives off coffee and solving math problems. There's better things to be worried about. Also, the material we need to study is awful. Most of the time it's pointless. Like, for example, why do I need to learn about rocks in biology? It's a fucking rock. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather learn about the human body, at least that's something useful. But I don't give a fuck about some Alexander Fleming back in 1921. This is a history class. With all that being said, school is a unique experience. You learn a lot of things from school, even though there will be boring lectures, days where you don't want to be in school. It's still something you should pursue with a positive attitude. You'd be surprised just how much things change when you start acting more optimistic. Just study for those tests, have fun while you can, play video games, hang out with friends, because eventually you're going to graduate from high school or university and have no idea where you're headed. But with due time, you'll figure things out. And on that note, I said everything that I want to say, and I hope you all have a beautiful day.